Hey guys, Joe Tunney here at Infiniti of Kirkland in Kirkland, Washington, just outside of Seattle, taking a look at Infiniti's all-new, in name only, 2014 QX80. Now, if you're anything like me and you find yourself in the middle of January every single year writing down last year's date in everything that you do, then you're going to have probably as difficult a time as I am going to remembering that this is no longer called the QX56. And why is that? Well, the head of Audi is now the head of Infiniti, and like Audi, who's kind of narrowed down their old 4,000, 5,000 series cars, and they call everything A4, A5, A6, and whatnot, Infiniti is now following that same recipe. And so instead of the QX56 and G37 and JX35, everything is called either Q in some 10 category or QX in some 10 category. This being the largest to date, the QX80, probably leaves room for something even a little spendier than this, a forthcoming QX90 we assume, but the QX80 now represents the flagship of the Infiniti lineup, but it is technically the same vehicle as the QX56, the all-new body style, which came out in 2011. Same 400 horsepower motor, same 413 foot-pounds of torque. It's every bit the same as the former QX56. That's actually not a bad thing. This is the single highest quality full-size sport utility sold in North America, and the quality and fit and finish are absolutely superlative inside and out from front to back. The former QX56 and all-new QX80 are definitely a cut above. Let's come take a look at this particular one. Brilliant silver is a nice color, a very popular color. The most popular colors in the car market are also the most popular colors on QX56s. Silver, blacks, grays, and whites. This one has 22-inch wheels. The standard wheel is a 20-inch wheel and it looks fine, but it's such a big vehicle that it really takes to the 22-inch. All new for the 2014 model year is they now have the motor size plastered right onto the fender there. Just in a moment of honesty, if this was my car, I would have this off in about 2 seconds. Inside, this is the standard interior, and the standard interior is actually extremely nice. Leather, wood, leather wrap steering wheel, leather stitching right into the doors. They really do immerse you in luxury. The next packages above this, the Deluxe Touring and Tech packages, actually have a different leather with a different interior, in fact, altogether. And it coddles you in even more luxury, but you're really not missing anything. Even at the entry level, the interior is magnificent. Taking a look in back, gobs of space in both the second row and the third row. It doesn't matter if you're 6 feet tall or 7 feet tall. You have all the room in the world in the back seat. And then it's pretty simple. In fact, more than pretty simple. With just the pull of one lever, the seat tumbles forward and then gives you access to the third row. And then also, when you put the seat back up, you can recline it pretty far back so you can get really, really comfortable for those long rides. Just a suggestion, I personally have the former QX56, in fact in the same color combination, and my car had quad captain's chairs. I always like the look. To me, it looks a little classier to have the quad captain's chairs than the center bench seat. But if I had to do it all over again, I would definitely go with the center bench seat. The reason is it makes more sense in a lot of different scenarios. If you have 5 people, it's easier to just jump in 3 wide here in the middle row, and you still have access that entire trunk capacity in the back. Also, if you need 8 people, you simply can't accomplish that in the quad captain's chairs, where certainly you can in the bench. And so maybe from a style perspective, the quad captain's chairs have an advantage, but from a practicality standpoint, and obviously this is both a posh, a luxurious type of car, as well as a practical car as well, the bench seat does make a little bit more sense. Come take a look in back. And it's just one touch, either with the button or if you have the remote in your hand. And it's a 60-40 split in the third row. And so that's pretty sensible, because if you want to fold down just the one side, I can put 2 people in the back here and still have this fold down completely flat. And so with both seats folded down, you have more space than you could ever know what to do with. Just from a curiosity standpoint, as my kids would be the first to point out, these headrests in the back look frighteningly like the droids in the Star Wars movies. So if you have kids that like Star Wars, they'll definitely get a kick out of that. Again, if I just want to get into that third row seat, all I have to do is pull the lever and take a look back in that third row. You have all the room in the world. Theater package, although an option, it's almost more difficult to find one without a theater package. The manufacturer pretty much mandates that you order every one with at least that much equipment on it. And the theater package is dual headrest DVDs for both sides of the middle row. Gone pretty much nowadays are the drop-down DVDs. And the reason for that is that when you fold down the monitor, and these monitors are getting so big these days, and you look over your right shoulder as the driver, you're looking right at the back of that monitor, and it really takes away a ton of visibility, and it's actually kind of a safety issue. I'm surprised that they've still allowed it all these years. Let's take a look inside. Every possible safety amenity, every kind of airbag, traction system, and whatnot is standard on the QX56. Now, there's two options that are maybe worth spending a little extra for. One is if you get the next level of equipment on this, you're given a suspension package that allows the car to stay flat around turns. And so that hydraulic setup is actually a pretty sophisticated setup. And if you do drive the car with a full load, if you do have a lot of windy roads in where you drive, then that's something that you're definitely going to be very interested in. Also, the next package, or the top of the line, the technology package, allows for a laser-guided cruise control, that if you're in cruise control and somebody slams on the brakes, even on the freeway, even if you're going fast, this will come to a complete stop and then start picking up speed and pick up where it left off without you having to do anything. Sometimes people think that stuff's a little bit of a novelty act and something that's not maybe all that practical. But if you are kind of drifting a little bit, not paying attention the way you should be, and somebody in front of you slams on the brake, it's a great safety advance. It sure beats the alternative of running right through them. Heated steering wheel, heated seats in the back, leather navigation, rear view camera, moonroof, all that stuff is standard on every level of QX56. And so the only questions you need to ask yourself, the Deluxe Touring, the next level of equipment, which has that different interior, different wood and what have you, or the technology package, which adds a little bit more electronic goodies as well, if that's something that's important to you. If you have any questions about the QX80 or any of the remaining QX56s, we still have several here on the premises, please don't hesitate to give me a call. My name's Joe Tunney here at Infiniti of Kirkland. You can give me a call anytime at 425-821-1600, or just drop me an email at joet@infinitiofkirkland.com.